Greetings, my name is Chamomile and this is an exploration of the entire galaxy sector by sector. Today we're looking at Duluur Sector in the 2nd Green Mantle Command of the colonies in the Southern Core. Duluur Sector has two important planets on it, one you might have heard of and one you definitely haven't. The one you've never heard of is Kalata. It's a major repulsor construction hub, making parts for repulsor lifts, repulsor tanks, land speeders, the takeoff repulsors for starships, everything that hovers basically. They also make speeder bikes, which makes sense since that's basically just a seat and some controls strapped to a repulsor. Kalata is the kind of planet where it's probably wealthier and more influential than any planet you've ever set foot on, and yet you've never heard of it because there's so many other core worlds like it. The planet you might have heard of is Deveron, homeworld of the Deveronians. For some reason, Deveronian histories always start out by talking about their matriarchal aristocratic tradition, even though, one, that's not super relevant anymore. The aristocracy are still rich and hold a prominent place in society, but Deveron has been a democracy for millennia, so this is trivia. And two, it's not particularly unique. Most aristocracies aren't explicitly matriarchal or patriarchal, but name a planetary royal who is neither a woman nor famous primarily for being related to a woman. If you thought of Prince Lee Char of the Mon Calamari, then congratulations on your knowledge of moderately obscure Clone Wars political figures. But Prince Bail Organa was Viceroy of Alderaan and chaired the High Council. Politically, he was more powerful than his wife, but she was Queen Breha Organa. He was just Prince Consort. Naboo's queen is an elected position, not a real monarch, but the position is steeped in aristocratic tradition, and as part of that tradition, it is a role traditionally held by a woman. Rana Mestrahalt is the legendary Duro's queen who ruled Duro when they developed the hyperdrive and brought the planet into the Republic. She was succeeded by her son, but he doesn't get statues, Queen Rana does. Mandalore's aristocratic tradition wasn't exclusive to women in the late Republic, but Satine Kryze ruled as Duchess. Her husband, Duke Adonai, was, strictly speaking, Duke Consort. Dathomir, Queen. Geonosis, Queen. Hapes, Queen. It's not like patriarchal aristocratic traditions never happen. Onderon has a king, Mon Cala has a king, but matriarchal aristocratic traditions are not at all some special Deveronian thing. They're super common. Anyway, Deveron was not far from the front lines of the trailing theater of the Clone Wars and got hit by deep raids on a couple of occasions. This was part of the galaxy where Sullust mostly fought Iriadu, but Separatist territory stretched all the way to Thifera and would occasionally try to punch through to Deveron. Savage Opress raided the Jedi Temple on the planet and absolutely wrecked the Jedi there. The Empire didn't like non-humans and it hated the Jedi, and being home to a Jedi Temple meant that Deveron was pretty high up the shit list. Palpatine installed a human governor for the Deveronians, although Deveron could still elect their own senator, up until the Senate was abolished. A lot of Deveronians joined the Rebel Alliance in that period immediately after the destruction of the Death Star, when the Empire had gone completely mask-off on the assumption that they were invincible, and then a week later their superweapon got blown up. There's no record of a full-scale revolt on Deveron, though. Looks like it joined the New Republic with the rest of Green Mantle after the government was formally declared on Coruscant.